Gateway starts, the Outlaws acknowledge the change, sprint car silly season still chugging along, and Chili Bowl entries heat up. Let's go. It's Thursday, December 5th. I'm Justin Fiedler. This is DIRTRACKR Daily presented by Kubota Genuine Parts. Today's show is being supported by our friends at Knoxville Raceway. Starting this week, 4-day ticket packages are on sale for the granddaddy of them all, the 64th NOS Energy Drink Knoxville Nationals presented by Casey's. Go to knoxvilleraceway.com to order online or call the ticket office at 641-842-5431. Get in early and secure your spot for 4 nights in Knoxville, Iowa, August 6th through the 9th, 2025 at the sprint car capital of the world. The best drivers, the biggest car count with big money up for grabs. That includes $195,000 to the winner. It's $15,000 just to start the championship A-Main, and there's a $100,000 bonus if the winner is using Kaiser wheels and hubs. This event has had 7 consecutive sellouts, so don't wait. Order your tickets now at knoxvilleraceway.com. Gateway Dirt Nationals inside the Dome in St. Louis start today. On-track activity starts at 3 p.m. Central Time with Thursday and Friday split field prelim days for both the late models and the modifieds. Today's late model field is highlighted by Brandon Overton's debut in the Longhorn Factory team with Riggs Motorsports. You're also going to see Jason Fager, Brandon Shepard, Shannon Babb, Tyler Erb, Ryan Gustin, Jonathan Davenport, Tyler Carpenter, Joseph Joyner, and Ashton Winger. The Friday field includes Ricky Thornton Jr., Bobby Pierce, Devin Moran, Nick Hoffman, and Hudson O'Neill. Nowhere to hide on these prelim nights. The modified entry list includes guys like RTJ, Jimmy Owens, Drake Troutman, Mike McKinney, Kenny Wallace, Jake Tim, Mike Harrison, Rodney Sanders, and Tanner Mullins. So you're looking at guys kind of from across the spectrum of modified racing. Late model prelims, they're $5,000 to win. Modified prelims, $3,000 to win. And then the respective big shows on Saturday are $30,000 to win and $10,000 to win. Understand that the next 3 days are not like really any other late model or modified racing that happens all season. Guys are going to get moved. There are going to be pissed off drivers and crew guys. They're going to be damaged race cars. At this event, nobody has brought their brand new, perfectly aerodynamic Eldora piece. The gloves are off. Things will probably get nasty. If you're looking for potential picks, past event winners include Bobby Pierce. He's won twice. Tyler Carpenter, also a 2-time winner. Tyler Erb and Brandon Shepard. Scott Bloomquist won the inaugural event in 2016. Mods have seen Tommy Seats Jr., Ray Bollinger, Mike Harrison, Derek Loesch, Tyler Peterson, RTJ, and Drake Troutman win. If you're not in St. Louis this week, Flow Racing has live coverage all 3 days. If you need a Flow subscription, hit up DIRTRACKR.com/Flow Racing. That gets you everything Flow has to offer, which this weekend also includes the Snowball Derby. You've also got Tulsa Shootout, Wild West Shootout, and Chili Bowl coming up as well. So you're going to want that Flow subscription. If you want other racing this weekend, Alltech in Florida is hosting a fan appreciation weekend. They'll have Sport Compacts, Crown Vics, and regional ASCS sprint cars with both Friday and Saturday featuring free grandstand tickets. That's right, you can go for free. And then at Golden Isles in Georgia, they've got $20,000 to win for 604 crate late models Friday and Saturday. This one's going to draw a lot of the Southeastern-based late model teams and some guys who either decided to not race the Dome or didn't get their entry in on time. With the racing stuff out of the way, let's dive into some news things from the last few days and few hours. Updating yesterday's Daily Show, we talked about the World of Outlaws Late Model Series losing their title sponsor in Case Construction, and I did get a response from World Racing Group about the move. The statement I was provided reads in part, quote, "We are appreciative of 3 great years of partnership with Case Construction Equipment, and we wish them the very best. We expect to announce a new title sponsor for the World of Outlaws Late Model Series in the near future," unquote. So obviously confirmation there of Case's departure, and we'll wait and see on their announcement for the next series entitlement. I was not provided a timeline for that announcement, but it hasn't been uncommon for those deals to get announced kind of right before the season starts, so it could potentially be into January before we know anything publicly. It is good to hear, though, that they are going to be replacing Case. The Outlaw season starts January 22nd at Volusia. They've got a $1 million point fund on the line this year and $225,000 to the champion. In sprint car silly season news, we've been hearing since the World of Outlaws banquet that changes could be coming for Landon, Crawley, and the Jason Side 7S car. I'd even reached out to Landon in recent days for some clarity. He told me last week that they were still working on the plan for 2025. The 16-year-old driver spent the 2024 season out full-time with the Outlaws for his rookie run, and he ended up with 4 top 10s and a 10th place finish in the final point standings. But yesterday afternoon, Crawley announced via his Facebook page that he's going to join up with car owner Michael Dutcher and drive the 17 GP next season in an 80 to 90 race schedule. No specific races or series were mentioned, but Chase Rodman mentioned on his Crawley video yesterday that Dutcher is exploring series options, with him even curious about high limit. Dutcher had been a non-wing guy, but has started transitioning to winged competition. I think the 17 GP ran something in the neighborhood of 40 winged races in 2024. The car was driven by a bunch of different guys that included Justin Henderson, Cal Thomas, Scott Boguski, Kelby Watt, Justin Peck, Jaden Rogers, Cole Duncan, Ayrton Genitin, and Hank Davis drove it at World Finals. Crawley has some funding behind him, so that could help Dutcher elevate his program next year. As for the Side 7S, it's my understanding their plan is to remain full-time with the World of Outlaws next season, and that they're currently on the hunt for a new driver. One rumor I've heard is Parker Price Miller as a potential here. PPM's own deal went sideways late this season with high limit, and he ended up finishing the year with Brandon Ikenberry in the 25. PPM would be a seasoned shoe with Sides who could probably get that team some good finishes. If a deal doesn't get worked out, I could see Craig Kinzer filling in here for some races, but I'm sure Sides will have other options as well. It sounds like at the very least, Chris Windom did some poking around on this deal with his NOS sponsorship. We talked previously about Wyndham's status with Vermeer kind of being unknown. It sounds like maybe that's still the case. One other related note here, going back to Ikenberry, there are rumors his 25 deal might be going away. That car won with Days and Pursley at Huset's and had a number of other drivers in it in 2024 after Lachlan McHugh parted. Hopefully that doesn't end up being the case. Finally today, we've had a number of Chili Bowl entry additions, with the list now sitting at 197. Entries now include Corey Day. He's back in that Willie Kane-owned car. This pairing obviously coming off the Turkey Night score, and they won a Chili Bowl prelim night last year. Defending winner Logan Seavey, he's back in the Swindell Speed Lab 39, and Brady Bacon and Justin Peck have been added as well. And then last night, we found out a number of other additions, including 6 entries for Chad Boat. He's got Days and Pursley, Zach Weigel, Chris Windom, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and then 2 TBAs. My assumption is that one of those TBAs will be for NASCAR driver Ty Gibbs. My other thought on the Boat TBAs is Tanner Holmes. He said in a recent video that there is a good chance he'll be back at Chili Bowl in 2025, and he made his 2 previous appearances there with Boat. And back to Landon Crawley, he mentioned in his Facebook post he's going to be racing at the Chili Bowl with Hayward Motorsports. The final 2 notable entries from last night are a pair of cars we saw during the USAC Midget West Coast Swing. That's the 2 Silva Motorsports entries. Tyler Courtney listed in the 23C, and even though he's been fairly non-committal about it in interviews and comments, Kyle Larson listed in the 1K. Even this week on the ePartrade interview, Larson talked about running high limit in Australia and some vacations for his offseason plans, but did not mention Chili Bowl. With Larson now appearing to be in, the next logical question is, what about Christopher Bell? He told Jeff Gluck in that piece a few weeks ago he didn't have plans for the event, but as I said then, a call to Keith Coons could easily fix that. No KKM cars are listed yet, so I'm sure it's still a possibility. Chili Bowl entry watch continues. We'll call it good for there today and for the week. A quick show note, if you're a Spotify person or you want to be, I'm now adding the video versions of The Daily Show to Spotify. So you can still listen there, but you can also watch the show if you are so inclined. Video versions of the last 5 episodes are available now on Spotify and will be going forward for each daily. Just another small way to try and improve the daily across platforms. You can now watch on YouTube, Facebook, and Spotify, and then you can listen at DIRTRACKR.com/daily. Plus Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and any of the other number of podcast platforms and apps. I hope you guys have a great Thursday out there. We'll see you right back here on Sunday.